Hi all, Hal here with more Space Engineers, and today we are going to be building this. We've got a bunch of things going on, and you're going to get to see the whole process. But first, we have to get started, so let's go. So, happy Monday, everybody. Hopefully you're having a fantastic week thus far and had a terrific weekend. So, yeah, as you are probably seeing, we've got a couple of changes in the new ship. Alright, so I unloaded, because there was a mod conflict, I unloaded the small ships go large mod, so we ended up losing a few things. Like, we had a desk here in the corner that has been taken away, and the lockers are gone. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to play around with the load order, because I loaded a specific Windows mod. There's a small ship Windows mod that introduces basically just the windows for small ships. And to give you an idea what that looks like, we are building out the deck space up here. Now, the problem that we run into is that part of the small ships go large is the small ship control flight deck thing, like the flight seat. And as you can tell, yeah, we don't have a flight seat here anymore, so we're going to have to solve that problem. But with the windows, we actually have windows in place, and I need to grab lots of parts. So let's go here, and what we're going to do is we're just going to... we need glass. How much glass do we actually have? Okay, so we do have the glass for it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and start welding some of this up here. Come on. Give me the last one.
Energy low.
Ha ha ha. Okay. So yeah. Oh, I need girders. How much glass do I have? I've got 82 glass. Let's see here if we can pick up a few girders really quick. Can we pick up more? Yes, we can. Awesome. This makes it a little bit easier, honestly. I like the window mod. I had a couple of people asking what we were going to be doing with the roof and everything, and so as you can see, we actually are able to get all of the doors in. This particular one. So this door, where you can see the block top here, actually is airtight in here. Now, one of the things that we did do was, because of the way that this door was situated and we wanted to have it, be fully open, is we went ahead and put the little riser in. And this entire area is airtight. So if I close this door, we can pressurize the entire room. The computer bay is also already pressurized. And we're going to go ahead and jump in here for a second, just to grab a little bit of power. But we do have the entire thing airtight, except for obviously the bridge. That's the one area that we haven't completely filled up yet. Once we get all of the windows in place, though, it should be airtight. One of the things that I haven't decided yet is how I'm going to do the roof in here. So I'm kind of on the fence with what I want to do, because I am planning to increase this area so that there will be another layer of armor on it, which will basically match up with this portion here. And then we'll be able to do some design work and such on here. So what I will probably do is just leave the windows to this height, where they are right now, and then carry the armor blocks over the top of it. Let's go ahead and get the rest of this stuff welded up. A few more of these. And you. Okay, I think that's all of them welded, right? Now, to do a quick sanity check on this, if we just do something like this, and basically what I'm doing is just making sure we actually can make this whole thing airtight. So what we're going to do is squeeze ourselves out of there. Let's see. And go ahead and get a few of these in here. Just anchor it right there for right now. That's fine. Because I'm going to have to weld all of this up anyway. And I don't know if I'm going to put windows up here or not. I'm still deciding on this. I'm thinking I probably will put, you know, some kind of window up here just because of the fact that, just because I do like having like visibility above me, especially since we don't have external cameras turned on, which is a change I may be doing. I may go ahead and allow third person cameras to work. Well, crap! I just realized I didn't leave a way for me to get into the ship, because the only way to get into the ship is the ramp that will fling us into deep space if we mess around with that too much. So let's go ahead and come on. Is that enough? Nope. That's enough. Okay. Alright, so if we build all of this up now, now it is possible, like I said, I may just leave all of this as it is. Are you kidding me? Ugh. That is one thing I don't like about the small blocks. See, if those were large blocks, we'd be able to use the collision area to weld them up. Alright. So what we're gonna have to do is we'll have to come back through here in a second. Come on. Alright, so where do we need... So if we take you out... and you out. And looking at it, I saw some air escaping there, so I do believe that would prove we have the ability to have this thing be airtight. right? Let's see. So check the vents. Crew quarters, 100%. Yep. Okay, so I just because I wanted to make sure that the windows in here would actually be airtight. So we are in a good situation. If we go ahead and close that, we will close. Come here. There we go. We can close that. What I think I'll do is let's take those out for right now. That allows me to get in and out of here. Just want to take a look and see what the windows look like on this thing. Obviously, we're going to be sculpting a lot of this just to, you know, make it look a little bit better. And what we may do is for here, we could do something like this. And I will probably, well, I will obviously come back and we're gonna do a little bit of sculpting on this whole little beastie. But we'll end up with a double wall of armor here, because we do have the air envelope on the internals, which is good. But we do still need to get the nacelle on here. We haven't done that yet. Now I'm not sure how we want to run this thing for nacelles. I was playing around with some ideas for a fuel system on the back here, but I don't know if I like the way that that's going or not. So the thing that we run into is I don't want to be using hydrogen power when we're inside of an atmosphere. I want to use atmospheric thrusters, which means I will need to mount those onto the side. But it also means that we're going to need to have you know, space for them. And I'm thinking that may just be too much hydrogen, and I may just go with 4 tanks instead of 5. Not quite sure how I want to do this. Because one of the things that I was thinking about was we go take these out. Don't need the windows anymore, but we do need hydrogen tanks. So let's go ahead and swap those. So I was kind of thinking is we might do something like either have them both here, because we could do something like that. But the problem that we run into with that is that it makes it a little bit more difficult to pipe everything through. I mean, I guess I could, if we get rid of these, let's get rid of this stuff for a second. Leave that there so that those are connected through. Yeah, see, I would have to offset these a little bit. So you are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, that's 11. Alright, so you will actually come out to there, which means we'd be able to bridge that versus here, which is Odd number of blocks wide. Alright. Let's see here. So if we go with that being the center line, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's actually 13 and we're registering 11 on the back side. Alright, so let's go ahead and take... We're just going to go ahead and take the tanks and stuff out for right now. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to finish getting the basic armor blocks in. So I know exactly where we are with as far as the middles are concerned. So it should be there, right? So middle is just off center. That's actually pretty damn close. So this one is the middle right there. So we're just gonna do a quick... That's the middle.
Energy low.
And you are going to be there. There, okay. Alright, so now that we know that that's the middle, let's get rid of the texture, go back to the default coloring. Alright, so yeah, I think what we're going to do, like I said, I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead, get everything filled in, like the basic shape of this thing at least, and then we'll figure out what we're going to do for the engine nacelles. And because we have the extra armor, what I will probably end up doing is recessing them into the armor a little bit, like we did with the landing gear here, where we'll have basically just like a small well and the different thrusters will sit into it. Oh. Still have to fix this lower section too. All of that needs to be done. Alright. So I think what we'll do, yeah, I do think so. I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, we'll get the armor in, and then we will come back and start looking at the thruster systems, because we have to figure that out as well. But yeah, let me go ahead and do a quick cut. We'll get the armor loaded up and then we will be right back. And we are back. Okay, so we have gotten armor all over the place here. So we have gone ahead and extended everything out. Started working on the update to the front of this thing. So what we're going to need to do is blend that in. And honestly, I'll probably do that off camera just because, well, it's going to be a lot of back and forth on it. Not quite sure what I want to do with it yet. We'll figure it out. So, the side panels. You know, I just like having giant flat surfaces, so we will be changing this up as well. I'll probably do, like I said, we're going to do some cut-ins where we'll have the thrusters and such mounted. But I'm not quite sure what or how we're going to do them quite yet. But we'll figure it out. Again, it'll be something that I probably do off camera, so the next time you see this thing, there'll probably be some detailing on the side of it. Alright, so that brings us up to we need to get things basically in here as far as like fuel storage and thruster systems. Because right now we have gyros about here-ish. Oh, and then to hide the area that we had where we have the raised roof on this side, I mirrored the detailing on the edge over on this side as well. Basically keeps it a little bit more uniform. What I may do, I may end up actually raising this entire thing. I haven't decided yet. But what I'm thinking is raise this up a little bit, and we'll put the shield generator in here because the shield generator has to be exposed. So I'm thinking maybe raise this up and put in. I don't know if we can get 2 shield generators on one ship or not. That'd be kind of cool if we could. I'll play around with that. See what we can do with it. So back here, yeah, we still have that issue of how are we going to handle the thruster and fuel. We actually have tanks there, but I don't need, but I'd like to get at least 1 oxygen, maybe 2 oxygen tanks in here. If we were... What do we need for that? Okay, so we can place that. Alright. So if we do something like this, and then on either side we do a couple of oxygen tanks here. We end up with tanks hiding down there because we basically need enough propulsion to get us out of the atmosphere, right? So that's generally going to mean large thrusters. You know,
meteor storm inbound.
do that. We can go ahead and get rid of the oxygen tanks. We're gonna grab small conveyors, interior plates. Should be fine. It's over there. I'm not gonna worry about it. Alright. And so what we're thinking about here is what we had originally, where we have this feeding up, and it'll tie into there. No, what I might do is, because we're saying we want probably like 4 tanks or so. I could do another oxygen tank on either side, and then we have these. Do we want to have it come out or cut in? Actually, if we go like so, it should actually match up there. Yes? Yeah, look at that. I think that'll actually match up. Alright, so we need 2... One, 2, 3, 4. So we need 1, 2 of those, 4 of those. See if I can get in there now and weld these up. Alright, so those are connected through. That'll connect over here. We want oxygen tank. I figured may as well, because it'll give us something a little bit interesting to look at. Also has the bonus that if I want to do thrusters on there, that will allow me to tie in some of the thruster components as well. What are we carrying? We're just carrying plates. Okay. Alright, so first things first here. Let's go ahead. We're going to refill this. We're going to empty our inventory really quick. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I just... Oh, come on, really? Ah. Whoop. Wrong button. Okay, here. Alright, so that gives us those. And what we're going to do here is tie... Well, we're going to go ahead and weld up those tanks, hopefully. Alright. Now, I'm not going to do the rest of these tanks yet, because I don't want to burn the ice that we have in the system, and as soon as I finish this tank, that will start producing all sorts of stuff for us. All right? And what I'm thinking here is that we're actually going... I'm wondering if we go ahead, do that there. So what I'm thinking here is something like this. And then we will have... I don't know, do we want to do... Because I'm thinking something like this, maybe? We do the same there. And so we'll end up with some clamps that way on those, and then up here we could end up doing some straps, you know, do 2 straps here. We actually have that come all the way over to here. So you end up with something maybe a little bit like that. And here we go with this, and we say, well, something like that. And we can do these to give us a little bit. I don't know how I'm going to do the transition off of those. Ah! No, that's not what we want. Oh, come on. I swear. There. Alright, so if we go that way, then we have to get a... can we get... Because we could do something like this. Not sure how this is going to look. Actually, it needs to come up one more block. So it'll end up being something like that, maybe. I mean, we could even just go, you know, really cheesy here. No, that's not gonna work. So we'd end up having to do something like this. And I need to find... Man, it would be nice. I have to check to see if we have a corner piece that we can use here. Because I mean, the only other thing we could do is run it. Actually, I need plates. Let's grab some plates really quick. Let's see how this looks. Come on. Drop all this stuff off. We're gonna grab 200 of those and 500 of those. Okay. Because what we need to do is we're going to be doing this portion anyway. Which, you know, so we'll have this coming back like so. And I'll probably take a couple of these out to put lights in. What I'm thinking here is we do something like that. And we could go like that, maybe? That could work. Now the thing is, I don't know if I would actually weld all of this up. I'll probably... I'm really thinking that we're going to put the thrusters back here, but for now, let's see what this looks like if we do this. Because one of the things that I'm talking about doing is with the atmospheric thrusters is having them mount it like back here. Now remember, we're trying to keep the entire build inside that area. We don't want it. We really don't want it to extend out past this, if we can help it. So, all right. So
Energy low.
Do that. Go ahead and get rid of the oxygen tanks for right now. We're gonna grab you guys. We don't want that one. All right. There you go. Just to give you an idea what we're kind of looking at here. And if we go like so. Can do that. So tie that portion together. And I'm thinking I'm going to leave that in as a framework. Because I kind of like the way that that came out. That's all tied together. This will be thrusters. And then so that'll be lateral, ascent control, large ascent thrusters. See, and the problem that we run into is that I would really like to just go, say, like ion and Atmo, bypass the hydrogen altogether. Unfortunately, we're starting to run out of uranium and we need more. So I'm thinking we may end up having to do a bit of exploring, which is one of the reasons why I'm looking at a smaller ship. Let's grab you out of there. You fit on a 3x? You do fit on a 3x. Alright, so you need to go there. And how far back are you?
Energy critical.
You are 2 behind. Right. And there. And what we're talking about here is going to be, we'll do one forward from the, so you would be there. So that gives us forward and reverse propulsion. And then for lift, we're going to need a couple of you. Actually, you know what I might do is I may just do this up like a fifth wheel. And that should give us enough lift in an atmosphere. And what I'm probably going to do is up here, like I said, we'll have the shield generator probably here in the middle. Thinking a couple of solar panels. Actually, we could actually mount the solar panels over this portion. So what we would do with those is, if we flip these maybe? I think the solar panels are 3x? I don't remember. They're either 3 or 4. Nope, they are 5. Which would mean we would need to do them like that.
No energy.
Alright, let's grab some power here really quick before we start dying. There we go. Okay, so yeah, I think we're going to do solar panels on the top, which means I need to rework the upper bracket area. And the idea is that we'll basically be able to use those to recharge our batteries when we're on the planet, so we can turn off the reactor. Basically, if we're not doing anything, just turn off the reactor, let the solar panels deal with the general just life support requirements. So if we did do this, why do I feel like it's giving me a bogus solar panel size here? I think that's bigger than the Hold on a second here. No, it's the... Okay, so that's this one. Nope, it is smaller. Okay. And then on this one we do the same thing. And you are there, yes. And basically it's just here long enough for us to do... Nope, that's gonna have to come out. So we'll have to take that up one, which is fine. I don't actually mind that. Because what we can do then is, let's go ahead and hold those up. Take solar panel out. You guys are going to be all sorts of fun for us. Really? Come here. You come out because we don't want that fully welded. We want that to stay a framework. Alright. Oh, actually, we're going to need that, I believe, in order to get this to work. It does kind of irk me, the fact that you have to mount these things like this. Alright. So that gives us 2 solar panels, so we can generate a little bit of power without having to rely on the reactors. In fact, there's 1, and there is 2. Alright. And I'm thinking what I may do is I may get in here and sneak in a couple of lights under here so that the whole thing, so you have basically like a truck bed light. In case you've ever seen those. If we go... If we do that, I could put the... I'd have to put the light right there. What do we have in our inventory? We do. Right, so what we can do then is get you out of there, put you like so. Say for lights. Give it a radius of 7.5, fall off of 1, and intensity 2. There you go. And now we have a little bit of light back here. Okay. Alright, so we've got the we've got the theoretical atmospheric thrusters. I may need to add another large thruster here to make 6 for lift, because I'm not quite sure what the mass on this thing is going to be by the time we're done. We still need to put the hydrogen thrusters on, and what I am probably going to do don't know. Let's see here. So if we do hydrogen thrusters, we'll need to pipe in hydrogen. So we do something like that. And then it would come out like so. Like so. Okay, so that would pipe for main propulsion. Now we don't have braking thrust on this because of the way it's set up, so what we would need to do is to pipe in some braking thrusters. So the question is do I want to build thrust nacelles, or do I want to... I think we may end up building a full-on nacelle system. Yeah. I think that's what we're going to end up with. Is building a nacelle system. Which means you're coming out, you're gonna come off, you're gonna come off. So we'll leave those there. And coming off the side here, we'll have, let's do 2 there. And what we'll do is we'll just bring this so we do something like that. We could then say you there, get rid of you. Alright. What we end up with here is something that says let's see here, if we do something like this, can we get away with doing this? Then we take you out, and we will have no. I wonder if we can get away with, I may need to do this instead. Nope, I'm gonna need one more. I mean, I guess I could. Oh no, okay, that works. we do that, should actually, because the destruction area is there, so in theory this should be okay. So if we go there, we do something like that on both sides. How did we end up with you being mounted so far outside? Ah, that's why. Okay. So you would actually need here. So if we do do that then. Are you in line with each other? I guess you are. Okay. Almost looks like it's offline, but I kind of like the way that that's. Kind of like the way that that comes together. And I mean, if I wanted to really just keep it all together here, what I could do is flip you around. And we do something like that, and then we can take those off. Or we could even leave, we could leave those thrusters there because we have two, so we'll end up with 4 directionals. Oh, you know what I need to do? I still need to load those, move those further forward because we're going to need lift thrusters. So if we do, all right. I think what we're gonna do is I'm gonna head offline. We're gonna call this one here. I want to thank you all for stopping in today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to throw them down in the section below. And if you are new to the channel, haven't done so already, or just want to do something nice for me on this lovely Monday afternoon, well, Monday morning, Monday afternoon, whenever you get around to it. Be sure to hit that subscribe, and if you want to be kept up to date, be sure to ring the bell as well. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. I think what I'll do is I'll do some brainstorming on this thruster array. Because I do like the general shape we're getting out of this, but I think I want to do something a little bit different with it, because I want to have a armor piece that comes up and over it to, you know, like a flashing to basically armor it up a little bit. So what I'm going to need to do is figure out what the spacing on that looks like. I may need to cut into the ship a little bit to get that to work. But yeah, so all right, on that note, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you all have a fantastic Monday. Hope you have a fabulous rest of your week, and we will see you back here next time for more Space Engineers. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. So we're going to have to, just go take this stuff out of here really quick, and we'll figure out the rest of it shortly.